Viewer beware.
Welcome to Viewer Beware. It's the series where we go over each and every episode of the Goosebumps TV series. And today, we're jumping to Season 2 by special request to check out Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns. Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns is actually one of the rare cases where the book and the episode dropped on the same month, October 1996. So it's very possible that people watching the episode had no clue the book even existed at that point. Just imagine how wild it would be if movie adaptations came out that fast. Like, the Borderlands movie is 10 years after the games were even relevant. Who cares about Borderlands at this point? I don't know. But anyway, Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns is a classic Halloween story. The vibes are right and the atmosphere is iconic of the Goosebumps series. We join two friends, Drew and Walker, as they attempt to get back at some bullies on Halloween night. But things aren't always what they seem. In this episode we have missing people, a child slaver, magical explosion beams, and lots of head transforming. So, without further ado, let's jump into the action. Our episode opens to two friends, Walker and Drew, strolling down the street the night before Halloween. The atmosphere is perfectly spooky and the kids discuss their costumes and trick-or-treat plans. Walker reveals that he is scared of trick-or-treating and his parents may not even let him go out. You would think, oh, Walker's just a little fraidy cat, but no, Drew alludes to some pretty scary stuff.
Aren't you nervous about going out?
No!
Not even a little?
Walker, that was miles from here. They don't even know if anything bad happened to those people.
Miles from there? That's still way too close.
Besides, who would want to kidnap us?
A lot of people, as it turns out. The two kids are jump scared by Shane and Shauna, old friends of Drew that had moved away before she met Walker. As the two groups are catching up and making trick-or-treating plans, Drew notices some rustling in the bushes, leading to a werewolf attack in the middle of the street. But not really, as it turns out these are just Drew's bullies, Tabitha and Lee, who apparently make it a point to scare Drew regularly.
You are the world's biggest sucker, Drew. I'm getting sick of you two.
See, back in my day, bullies just beat you up for being different. But anyway, Shane and Shauna hatch a plan to get back at the bullies and just need Drew to invite them out for some trick-or-treat fun.
I got an idea how to get back at Tabitha and Lee. All you have to do is invite them to go trick-or-treating with you. Shane and I will do the rest.
Drew calls the bullies up to invite them out, and for some reason they accept. Seems pretty friendly overall for a bully. Also, why does Drew have her phone number? TV bullies are just way different than real bullies, it seems. Also, I guess these kids just kind of pair up and spend all of their time with each other. We flash forward to Drew, Walker, Lee, and Tabitha trick-or-treating without Shane or Shauna. The first house they arrive at is an old woman that invites them upstairs to see her husband, which is strange, but the kids agree and go anyway. When they get upstairs, they see that the husband is mentally handicapped with a skin condition and likes to kidnap kids. But luckily, this is just a dream. Afterward, we get this really cool shot of Halloween night drawing closer with a montage of kids beginning the trick-or-treat festivities. Fun fact, one of the kids in this scene was a contest winner that got a walk-on role for the show. Meanwhile, in Drew's house, Drew's mother raises some concern over the whole missing persons cases, to which her dad tries to assure her it's fine because only adults are going missing, and it's the next town over.
That's miles from here.
We can't keep Drew in a cage. Now, she knows how to avoid bad situations, right, Drew?
This is a real sign of the times, as parents these days don't even let their kids go door to door to trick-or-treat anymore, and only let them go to those super lame trunk-or-treats in the daytime, and they don't even have any missing person cases. Anyway, Walker shows up in his costume.
No, I'm a dark and stormy night.
Well, I see the dark, but where's the stormy?
See, in the book, he originally completed the costume with black face paint, but thankfully this was taken out, because, oh boy. Even still, I don't think going door to door dressed in all black with a gun would really fly, but who am I to say? Walker and Drew then head out to meet with the rest of the group, but only find Tabitha and Lee. Tabitha reveals that she only agreed to go out because she suspects they're trying to play a prank and wants to get them first by using the missing persons epidemic. She immediately sets her plan in motion by hinting that maybe Shane and Shauna aren't here because they went missing already. After they hit up a few houses, they get jump scared by two adult-sized people with jack-o'-lanterns on their heads and lobster claws for hands. Tabitha and Lee pretty quickly come to the conclusion that these two are Shane and Shauna, so when the creepy adults offer to take them out of town into a better place, they just follow along.
If you want to trick or treat, follow us. We know a new neighborhood. A new neighborhood. A better place. A better place. A better place.
As they walk, Drew asks the pumpkins if they are her friends, but they just continue to ignore her and shove her along. Eventually, they do end up in the better place. It's a Halloween wonderland, where robotic adults hand over king-size candy bars and pour buckets of candy into their bags, before they themselves turn into pumpkins. In almost no time, the kids have filled bags and want to go home, but the pumpkins force them to go to more houses, forever.
You must trick or treat. Forever.
Getting tired of the bit, Tabitha pulls off a mask and reveals it's not a mask at all, but a real talking jack-o'-lantern head. The headless monster then demonstrates a strange ability to shoot beams from its hand and blow things up, threatening the scared kids. After running off to continue trick-or-treating, the kids complain that they can't carry anymore, so the jack-o'-lantern dumps the bag out and tells them to keep going. Tabitha then reasons that they are the ones that have been kidnapping people, causing the kids to run away through the woods. Eventually, they get too tired of the running and the jack-o'-lanterns catch up, breathing fire now. They threaten to make Tabitha and Lee one of them by putting their heads on them, but then they run off and leave Drew and Walker with the monsters. However, the monsters magically morph into Shane and Shauna, showing that this was their prank all along. Walker seems to be the only one questioning these events, but they clear it up.
Okay, you guys. How'd you do that?
Well, there are advantages to being an alien.
An alien?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. No worries. So I can accept that they are aliens, but why did they also torture Drew and Walker? Those are just bad friends. The two aliens then rip off their fake heads to reveal their real alien faces that are tiny and green. The kids and aliens have a nice laugh and walk off to the alien ship to see Shane and Shauna off. Drew offers them some of her candy, but they say no thanks, it's not part of our diet. We only eat adult humans. And they just ate a 4-course meal before handing Drew the missing persons flyer. This is absolutely psychotic behavior. Who does that? Anyway, they then leave with a threat.
Oh, by the way, we're pretty full, but I wouldn't eat all that candy. It might fatten you up, and we will be back next year. 2 feet again. Happy Halloween.
So, not only are Shane and Shauna aliens, but they also run a nightmare suburb on Earth where they just round up people and force them to trick-or-treat forever. In the book, they show that the kids have to eat the candy instead of just dumping it out on the floor, which kind of implies that they're fattening them up to eat them eventually. But I understand they'd have to take that out because the whole child death thing doesn't really fly on Fox. Actually, the whole they were aliens the whole time plot twist reminded me a lot of Twilight Zone, which it's not a bad thing. I love The Zone. And apparently so does R.L. Stine because he lists Rod Serling as one of his writing inspirations, which is pretty cool. But more about the episode. Look, I mean, I am a sucker for Halloween episodes of any show. And this one's just dripping in those iconic vibes of nostalgic trick-or-treating that I remember from when I was a kid. The ending also leaves us with a perfect amount of dread. Drew thought these two aliens were her friends, but it turns out they were eating people this whole time, and they not so subtly imply that they're going to eat her next. Well, maybe not next, but at some point. And nobody's going to believe Drew and Walker until it's way too late. That's horrible. That's horrific child horror. And for vibes and dread alone, we're going to give Attack of the Jack-O'-Lanterns a solid, respectable 5 out of 5 on the Goosebumps scale. Check it out. Have some fun. Have some spooky times. I fully endorse this episode. I endorse you. I love you guys. Check out more episodes on the channel. They're coming regularly. I mean, I'm trying. and then, you know, like and subscribe and do all that stuff. I don't have to tell you what to do. You know. I trust you. You're a trustable person if you're watching this video, especially to this point. So, I'll catch you guys on the next one, and out there, stay spooky. I don't know what that means. Oh well.